Guys are very competitive, and go back to 125 here for a second. Really enjoyed what Jesse Delgado's comments were. Very calm and respectful to his opponent.
Here we go again with Tony Ramos and Tyler Graff.
You know, these matches have always seemed to be the situation where in the semifinals, Ramos gave up a few takedowns early in that match to Kroga. And that's been the MO here for Graff in these matches here with Ramos. He's gotten early leads and has not been able to hold them. Ramos does an excellent job of working the head. You see that left hand on the collar. He just plays and paws at that head, 70, 80 times in a match, it seems like, and he gets benefits from it. He really tires the guy, his opponents out. But Graff, ever since his freshman year, I've been impressed with him, how he held position and usually stayed in the center of the mat, but Ramos has been the guy that seems to be able to break through that. But
well, Ramos has won the last couple of times they've met. They have not met this year, but they met twice last year. Ramos winning 3-1 in the Big Ten semifinals and 6-4 in sudden victory at the NCAA semifinals. Graff beat Ramos in 2011 in sudden victory in the Big Tens.
And a lot's changed since then. There's been 2 national finals appearances here for Tony Ramos. Very tough physical match last year with Logan Stieber. A slide-by attempt there by Ramos. Ramos has definitely improved, got on the attack. One of the more improved wrestlers that we've seen in the Big Ten over his career.
He started the year ranked number 1 at 133, did Tony Ramos. He actually bumped up to 141 to wrestle Virginia Tech's Devin Carter in the All-Star Classic. And I bring that up because Carter, who they thought was having a season-ending injury, came back and was just named yesterday the outstanding wrestler in the ACC. He's back.
He's back.
At 141 pounds.
Very good athlete.
Off the throat.
Graff,
Off the throat.
As long as this match stays in the center of the mat and he doesn't give up territory. There's been times where Ramos has given up big leads and Graff has not really held position very well late in the match. I mean by that, staying in that little center, the circle in the center. And you can see that with that left straight arm that Graff is working, he's pushing his opponent away.
Push it to the leg.
You can see that Graff is not letting his head get worked too much in this match. I'm sure that he and Coach Barry Davis and the rest of the staff worked on it with him. Keep your head clean.
What do these two have in common? Their only losses this year are to the number 1 and 2 ranked wrestlers, Joe Cologne from Northern Iowa and Shop from Edinburgh.
Nice counter shot there by Graff. He's in a good position to score. He gives up the head position to the inside, but he's got that right knee, right? Hasn't got it yet. That's the Wisconsin crowd getting into these matches here as they've done all through the tournament there.
Graff needed to get that far leg, and he almost had it. That's why J.R. Johnson, the official, started to give to two. We waved it off correctly.
Yeah, we waved it off our scoreboard as well here. Looked like it was close. Now they're going to go ahead and go after it. I don't necessarily think that we're going to get a hopefully good look at it. You see Barry Davis, he's excited. Let's take a look at the situation. Nice job here by Graff. Comes back in. I don't know, that's going to be close.
I don't think it'll be overturned. He calls it, and it's got to be indisputable evidence that the call was wrong.
But this is perhaps an advantage here for Graff. He's had a 0-0 first period. Is probably a W here for him.
Look at it. Rewind it.
Now they're counting the number of people in the corner.
He never had control of it.
Take a look at it again one more time. Slower look at it here. See that head in good position. He comes across. He doesn't get to the far ankle. If he would have grabbed the far ankle at that point, I think he wins this, he wins it.
Exactly right, Jim. And I think that was a correct call there, but that was a great shot by Tyler Graff on that counter.
The far ankle is within reach. You always go to the lowest source, and then you just pinch those legs together. It's like calf roping, And the referee's going to call no points. The Badger faithful. Let the referee know how they feel about it.
The call of no takedown is upheld. 6 seconds left in the first period, 0-0.
Attack the far ankle when you get on the single legs. That's the way to finish those. If it's in range, take it.
Good hustle. Shoot.
All right, Tony Ramos gets the choice, and he doesn't defer. He says, I want to go down. And Ramos, looking for his first Big Ten championship, goes underneath to start the second period.
And Graff is pretty physical in the top position. He's capable of working that spiral ride pretty well. Nice job of Ramos. And see what he did there? He didn't come up to his feet. He separated the hands because his opponent cannot lock the hands at that point. And he created hip separation, covered the fingers, and then got out that way. A lot of guys will just come straight up and allow their opponent to lock their hands at that point. It was well done and well coached.
That gives Tony Ramos from Iowa a 1-point lead with that escape. 1-0 with a minute and a half left in the second period.
And that's what makes Graff dangerous there. You see that was really, that whole single leg was that he got to was off of a counter shot.
You have good stuff in there.
Obviously, with David Taylor and Ed Ruth being huge favorites in their matches, the win by Delgado was good for Iowa, with Penn State not getting one of their 5. And then this is a huge match for Iowa with Tony Ramos.
Well, they had a chance to take the lead there in the consolation rounds with Corey Clark, and he got beat by Taylor from Wisconsin. So they didn't get quite the advantage that they wanted to in that matchup at 125.
And that home crowd for Wisconsin has been a great one. The marketing and communications crew here at the University of Wisconsin has brought the fans in the stands with 10,000 here for the Big Ten Championships. It's just the best presentation I've ever seen of the Big Ten Championships, Jim.
I couldn't agree more, Tim. It's just, I was anxious to get here on Friday, and this place did not disappoint. Madison is a fun town, and we need to get together here more often. This is fun.
Beautiful facility, the Cole Center, and if they continue on the regular way they've done it, it'll be 14 years until they get back here, with Rutgers and Maryland joining the Big Tens and them rotating the Big Ten championships in the past history.
Well, Rich Bender from USA Wrestling was here, and so I'm sure he's taking note of the great fan support here. Maybe some of those events can happen here in Madison again.
That's Terry Brands and then Tom Brands. Tom in the white, Terry in the black. Tom Brands right behind Terry there in his 8th season. He has 3 Big Ten and NCAA titles as a coach, and was a 4-time Big Ten champion as a wrestler and a 3-time NCAA champion.
Little ride here on the ankle by Ramos, and you know, just like what we saw with, it'll be interesting to see how hard Ramos tries to work in the top position. And if I were him, I would probably, try to go ahead and get that riding time point. And it drops down on the ankle. And, the referees are not really calling that you're hanging on the ankle very much. See, that's 5 seconds on the ankle, and he's going to get the call. That was a good call.
And it's stalling warning on Tony Ramos. We talk about strategy. His strategy would obviously be to try to get that minute riding time, Jim, but
already has 10 seconds.
He's got 10.
Yep, so you count the clock down there. Gets to about 48 seconds left in the match. Still in the top position. He gets the riding time point. So scramble. Nice job of Ramos keeping his hips down. Now he works hard. Come back into a finish. Now a switch position here. Advantage here for Graff. If he can get to that ankle, he did.
Nice job
by Ramos as well here. He's grabbed the ankle. He's going to pop his hips in and turn the corner. No change.
This is the scramble stuff that
you need to win championships.
Wow, and Graff trying to pull Ramos in.
But he's giving up riding time right now still. No change.
We talked about that 48. He's only 8 seconds away.
Wisconsin corner wanted a stalemate. Action had stopped, so I'm telling him to go ahead. Barry Davis is going to keep the activity going. Go with the shoulder rolls.
52 seconds of riding time. 8 seconds away from getting the extra point for Tony Ramos.
Nice job with the hips coming in. Very little hip separation. That's good. He drops down the ankle, and now he moves up and grabs the arm, and so he's got an advantage situation now. 105 of riding time for Ramos, finding a unique way for his style to win a match.
Can the home crowd bring Tyler to his feet and get the escape or the reversal?
He's going to need a reversal right now, and he's trying to get off the mat to cut the time, but Ramos is really not going to have anything to do with that. He's going to back up.
Ramos pulling him back in.
He's got to be careful. He's very wary of what Graff had to do there. Come back to his ankles, and really well played by Ramos. You see that Tom holding on to Terry's leg, which means they want Ramos to go drop in on the leg, drop the shoulder below the waistline.
Well, he can take a stall calling and win if he stays on top, if he rides to the end of the period. Nope, he lets him loose. 12 seconds left. It's 1-1 on the scoreboard with riding time in favor of Tony Ramos. Could he be winning his first Big Ten championship?
Well, he's holding position right there in the center of the mat.
And that's it, and Ramos wins his first Big Ten championship at the expense of Tyler Graff. The home crowd
is appreciative of the effort that Tyler Graff gave. But I tell you what, it was a new Tony Ramos out there.